teachers taking to the streets on the issue dominating South Korean politics. The government's plans to bring in a single state-authored history textbook. But by choosing to protest, these men and women are laying themselves open to prosecution. Their strict employment terms require political neutrality. Song Jae-hyuk is one of 84 teachers' union executives summoned for police questioning over their anti-government stance.
It's not possible to oppose the textbook without criticizing the government. The current regime is proceeding with this plan for its own benefit, to hold on to power forever.
South Korea's main opposition party has taken to publicly displaying the current history books, which the government says are left-leaning, too soft on North Korea's ideology and its responsibility for starting the Korean War, too harsh on South Korea's authoritarian leaders who oversaw its economic rise. So what do they really say? Chun Jae Education's book talks of low-level skirmishes on both sides in the run-up to war, but also states North Korea's army started a surprise invasion across the 38th parallel, with the UN calling it an act of aggression. Ji Haksa Publishing's book describes the birth of North Korea's Juche ideology, which brought in stability, but in the long term weakened North Korea's response to the outside world. What's common to these books is the way they describe the 1961 seizure of power by General Park Chung-hee as a coup, one which led to political repression as well as an improvement to people's everyday livelihoods. Park Chung-hee just happens to be the father of the current president. President Park Geun-hye has characterized the drive to reform history teaching as a fight for the soul of the nation.
It would be difficult for students who learn from the current textbooks to have a sense of pride about South Korea. Instead, they'd ask, why haven't we done better? They'd end up with self-tormenting, self-critical views.
But the president's critics say she's following the lead of her father by stifling political opposition. She's called for a ban on masks, such as those worn during a mass street demonstration earlier this month, saying they could even allow infiltration by Islamic State militants.
Today, in South Korea, even the government has to resolve issues within legal parameters. So it's different from the past. But the lack of dialogue between the government and its critics is worrying.
The government says it wants to instill new generations with a shared sense of pride in their nation's past, but in doing so it's exposed the deep divisions of its present. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, Seoul.